Alright people, we are here with the recap of week 4 of FPL. Now, full honesty, I actually already recorded this last night, but you know what happened? The whole thing was on mute, because for whatever reason I had to record something on mute before. So we're going to do it again, but at least now I've got a better understanding of all the games. So, starting off with Molly's game here, looking at our opponent's team, the Curum and the Tornadus are looking very threatening to our team. Like, this is a tough matchup, but let's see how it goes. So, lead Hydreigon, they lead Lando, go for the Dark Pulse right on the Finny, we get some nice chip, and based off that damage, I should have been thinking, like, man, this thing has got to be like offensive variant. So they go Pex, and sure enough, there's the trick. But if you're gonna get tricked, you may as well trick them a Black Sludge. So, you know, you can take what you can get. In comes the Curum as we go Hydreigon. Double out into Volcarona on the Freeze Dry. Now here, I'm not sure why they went Hippo. I guess they probably thought Heatran was coming. I'm not sure why they didn't switch out into Heatran, but they decided to go for Freeze Dry again. I would have just, I don't know, maybe gone for the Roost again just to see what they were going to do. But you know, this is my game, so who am I to judge? Anyways, go for the Roost on Volcarona. So Heatran is in, we go Hydreigon as we dodge a Toxic, thankfully. You know, tough to see in that Sandstorm. And Tapu Fini comes out, go for another Dark Pulse, so Black Sludge plus, oh actually Sandstorm's gone, but it's going to whittle it down. In comes Toxapex on the Moonblast. So we're not looking too shabby right now. Curum comes in, but I don't know if Toxapex had Toxic Spikes or something, but I think it would have been, well, I don't know, because then they just had Toxapex there. I don't know, maybe just go for the Scald. But in comes Torn. Hippo comes out as Torn plots up, and this thing is a huge threat at this point. Like, they don't exactly have a real switch into this thing. Dodge a Hurricane, thankfully, as we're able to land a Toxic. That could have been bad though if it hit, as there it hits that time. I guess they wanted to give him some justice, you know. So Excadrill comes in as we go for the Iron Head. That does absolutely zero to this defensive Landorus. They get some rocks up, and unfortunately, since their Hippo is gone, our whole way of beating their team with Excadrill is gone as well. U-turn does a million. As at this point, like, Excadrill is our win con. Volcarona cannot win. Hydreigon is almost dead. We have a Choice Scarf Toxapex, and Corviknight cannot win either. So, and now the Toxapex is trapped. So, at this point, there's just not a lot we can do. I'll put this on fast. Excadrill comes in. Goes for the EQ to get rid of the Finny. I think Pex comes out now. Yep. Go for the Rapid Spin and get rid of the rocks, so now we're +1 speed. Thankfully, the Misty Terrain keeps us from getting burned. Go for the SD. Now, personally, I think would have been better to just go for the EQ, because they just go right for that haze, but we couldn't have known they were haze. EQ there. Now, I'm not sure why they set up again. I think it would have just been better to get rid of the Pex, but it is what it is. Roost on Hydreigon to get a little bit of HP, but the Focus Blast just takes us right out, unfortunately. Imagine hitting Focus Blast for real. Alright, bulk up here, but the hay, I mean, we just can't set up with Volcarona because they got Haze Toxapex. And what can we do to a Heatran? So at this point, it's pretty much gonna be over. Just gotta speed through all this, and at some point, man, is it still going? All right, there it is. So tough game. Not no Vans won. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so looking at the matchup, we've got Webs versus basically just Scarf offense, kind of. Well, that probably Scarf Crook. I don't know. I forget what type of item they are on Victini. I don't know if they ever showed it. But the premise here is set up Webs and win with Thunderous. I mean, look at the Thunderous against their team if we can get it going. So they lead a Moongus as we set up the Webs. Right off the bat, gets Spored. Unfortunate, but at least the Webs are up. So bring in Kyurem, just scare out this thing. Double out into Victini on the Scizor. Nice play, nice play. Now I wonder here if it would have been better just to V-create. Because 298, I mean, we're guaranteed faster, right? If we're Scarf, I'm pretty sure. Or wait, are we banded Victini? Maybe that's it. I thought that's right. We're Scarf on the Kyurem and banded on the Victini. So there's the defog. In comes Scizor on the Earth Power. Some nice damage. Go for the knockoff. There goes our choice Scarf, unfortunately, as we bring back in Victini on the Bullet Punch. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I don't know if we had really a switch into knockoff there, but would have been nice to keep. I don't know. We could have switched to Galvantula, I think. Not where that way Kyurem could have at least had its Scarf for Crook, but we do manage to bait in the track down and take it out with Focus Sash plus Iron Head. In comes Rotom once again as it Volt switches out. In comes Victini. Yeah, because I mean Webs, I mean they don't really matter if we have a Scarf Kyurem. Now I know it was tough to think about what Scizor was going to do, but I think you could have sacked off Galvantula. Alright, go for the V-Create there. Nice banded. So now we sack off Galvantula, cool. There's the Psychic. Yeah, so he's not any type of choice, and he's not lefties, so I'm wondering if he's like, I don't know, Expert Belt or something? Not sure. Alright, V-Create on Rotom to take it out. Cool, so just 3 Pokemon left. In comes the Crook. I think we go Thundy. Oh yeah, we sack off Bishop here because they go for knockoff. Cool. We bring in Conk to... We get rid of their Rocky Helmet, which is excellent. So just keep going for knockoff. Now I was the one that kind of suggested, hey, maybe we put defog on Conk to just in case they have rocks. And they didn't end up even setting up rocks, but so it would have been better to have Facade, but you know I just wanted to have the insurance. So we have to keep spamming knockoff because that's our best play. As foul play is getting us down a little bit, but we'll eventually take him out. And then here we go Thundy on the Psychic, does 1,000,000%. And this was a 50-50. Whether or not, and this kind of decided the game, whether or not to Thunderbolt or Focus Blast or do a mid-ground to predict, because I'm not even sure if Adamant, Burnt, Guts, Mach Punch killed Scarf Crook. So we needed some damage on this thing. As we get the play wrong, but you know, it's tough. You know, we were just like, man, we just gotta flip a coin at this point. Alright. Go for the Mach Punch there. We get a high roll, I calced it, as we get baited into going for another one, didn't even kill. And that's gonna be game. So yeah, I think keeping our Scarf on the keeping our Scarf on Kyurem would have been really nice in the end game, but that's gonna be that. Oh, I guess I'll just show them taking it out. Alright, GG's. I have Darkest Lair and Knockoff, it's crazy. Alright, the Gen 5 game, here we go. So, lead Rotom versus Breloom. So we've seen this is not a good matchup, especially now that Rotom has a water typing. They go for the... Oh wait, I'm on the wrong side. Alright. So, we're looking pretty good here. We waste their Dracos as we go out into Skarm as they do 1,000,000%. Good grief. Set up some nice spikes as we go Bloom on the Rotom. In comes Lottie. Alright, so back out into Skarm to sack it off to Draco. How many Dracos do they have left? Like 5? At this point it should be like 4, right? Nah, still 5. We pursued him successfully. Thank goodness. In comes Excadrill as we go Lando. You know, the Excadrill counter. And you guys remember how much Excadrill did in the OU game to Lando? This thing is definitely Sand Force. Absolutely crazy. You turn out on Rotom. Back out into Bloom. As I think we go for... I think we went for Facade on the Heatran. We were like, man, they're not going to go Heatran because look at this. All their Mons are weak to a Drain Punch, yo. But they got into the one... I mean, we were thinking, man, they go out into Reuniclus, right? And we were with a Facade, but now they go Heatran, so... They probably predicted us. Seemed kind of risky for them. Anyways, we go Heatran. I mean, we go Rotom on the Heatran. As they protect, and we go for a pump. And we're like, alright, they're not going to stand, right? But they actually do stand, which is crazy, as they go for the Toxic as we Volt Switch on out. I guess they wanted to get the Toxic off, and because they were Spadef, they knew they'd live. So, another Protect, as we probably should have seen that coming and gone for the Stealth Rocks. But, we're just going to U-turn on out anyway. Into Bloom. You know, trying to condition them, see how they play. As I think we can just go for another Facade, or we go for Drain Punch, so they're kind of conditioning us at this point. But it doesn't really matter because we still do a pretty good chunk. Well, that was a crit. That was a crit. Back out into Rotom as they go T-Tar. Okay. We're not a Ghost type anymore, thankfully, so I think we just go for Pump. Oh, we go for the Will-O-Wisp. Oh yeah. We were getting conditioned right here, and this is crazy. But it doesn't really matter too much, because here we go for the Pump. But with the Toxic plus the Sand, unfortunately, it's going to do a number on us. So we need to get the heck out of here. In comes Lottie as they go for Lava Plume. And I think we just go for... Oh yeah, we double on Lando. As they just keep... Oh yeah, they just keep protecting. So here I think we go for the Stealth Rocks finally, yes. And then we predict him to stay. And since we've U-turned every time, now we can Earthquake. So finally, we were the ones conditioning. Alright, in comes Rotom. So we can just go hard Bloom on the Volt Switch. I think we could have easily U-turned there though. But I think we didn't want... Oh yeah, that's right. We thought they might Pain Split. So rather than getting them lower, we just went hard into it. So it did not take as much from Pain Split. So in comes Reuniclus. I go for the Psychic. At this point, I think we just sack this off. Go for a Draco. Yep. And at this point, we just die to sand. And they are Scarf Tar, so they're just going to try to go for the Ice Beam. Doesn't do a whole lot to Breloom. Thank goodness we didn't go into Landorus, as we are just able to finally get enough to live and go for the Drain Punch. So Bloom's looking a little low, but after a couple protects, we'll be okay. They go Drill, as we can just go Lando once again. Or actually, I think we sack off Lottie. That's right. Sack off the Lottie, and then go out into our Lando, I mean. So at this point, we can just go for that. I think we go for the U-turn. Oh yeah, I mean, we can just go for, that's right, we went for EQ because we outspeed Rotom either way. So after Rocks plus U-turn, and since Sand goes first, he's gonna die. So both our Rotoms are gonna die here, as now all they have left is Excadrill and Reuniclus. So go for the U-turn there, as we bring in Bloom. Go for the Calm Mind. Now here, I think we set up a SD. Oh no, we go right for the Facade, yeah, as they recover. And it's like, alright. I think we go for the SD on there. No, they didn't protect it because they went for another Calm Mind. Not sure why they did that, and not just went for Psychic. But we're going to take full advantage of this and go right for that Facade. Get some nice damage. Boom. And now at this point, I think we just go T-Tar and Crunch. Yep, there it is. Nice. And at this point, we can just let T-Tar die to Iron Head. And now we bring in, now check this out. Bring in Lando and just EQ, right? But unfortunately, we misclick Stealth Rocks as they go for the Iron Head, which we live. But thankfully, oh my goodness, thankfully they are not Sand Rush, they are Sand Force, so we can actually outspeed them. Which is crazy that we have enough speed investment to do that. They must have been adamant, not even jolly, because we weren't like full speed, I think. But we pulled it off and kind of win. Now on to my game. So, I gotta switch the sides, yo. So, they lead Zapdos and I lead Metagross. They go right for the Heat Wave, but thankfully I am Occaberry, so I can easily live it. And I'm like, yo, I can live another one. So I'm gonna reveal the tech. That's right, but I got another tech. Check this. They go for the Heat Wave, and I go for the Boom. So Zapdos is gone. So with that, I have a Scarf Flygon in the back, and they immediately reveal Heatran. And so I'm thinking, man, if they have another, all I have to do is just get rid of another ground type. Oh yeah, I switch because I'm thinking, man, they gotta be Scarf Heatran. So to scout for that, I go out in Latias. And I learned from my last game, so I'm not gonna stay in here. I'm gonna switch out into Scizor on the incoming T-Tar. They actually go Jirachi. They actually did have a T-Tar, so I'm not sure why they didn't go that. Maybe they didn't have Pursuit. Go Bloom as we U-turn out into Infernape. Oh, so it's like, yeah, looking at your team, bro, I'm going to close combat something. They end up going for the Mach Punch, though, and get a crit. Disgusting. As we go right for that close combat to take him out. So we're looking a little bit low, but it's alright, it's alright. We go Latias. They do predict us, however, and go for the Ice Beam. That's fair. I was so low. I wonder if, I guess if they went for that, I mean, then it was pretty safe for him since Infernape was so low. But I wonder if they didn't crit me, if they would have went for the same play. But it doesn't really matter. They're going to take me out. As I didn't really need Latias. I mean, look at this. I'm not beating this with Latias. So we go into Snips as they switch out Heatran. I just go right. I really wanted a superpower here, but I knew U-turn was the safest play. Into Safety Goggles. So I'm like, alright, bet. Let's see your other switching to ground. So they go Jirachi. and I see that they're lefties, and I'm like, alright, cool, but I guess you don't have anything else, so I'm just going to keep clicking Earthquake. In comes Starmie, so obviously want to save my win con as we go to my Starmie. And I'm like, alright, I'm going to force a speed tie, because even if this thing dies, I still can U-turn out with this, and then just go back out into this, EQ to get rid of that, and sack something off, and then just keep spamming. I have Scarf U-turn anyways, so eventually, and I have priority, so eventually I would beat down the Starmie either way. But I figured I would just try to finish it right here, right now, as we do indeed get the speed tie in our favor. They bring in Heatran as they go for the HP Ice, predicting I'm going to go flying on, but nope, I'm going right for that Hydro Pump because I don't need this thing anymore. And what is their last? It is a T-Tar. So we can just easily win here with a couple Earthquakes. And that's going to be game. Alright, so we're 2-2. Let's see how Gen 3 went. Alright, in comes... Oh wait, I'm on the wrong side once again. So, Celebi versus Zapdos, not very favorable. Regice is a nice switch. But, in comes the Bloom. Frickin' gets spored. And the Focus Punch is unfortunately going to do 10 million% to our Skarmory. Is this frickin'... That had to be Spadef Skarm, because there's no way Focus Punch does that much. Anyways, switch out once again into T-Tar, but that's gonna die to Focus Punch as well. I mean, who could foresee Focus Punch Charizard, man? This is some craziness. So, go Dougie on the Snorlax, as they are just gonna go, I think, for the self-destruct. Oh no, they go for the counter. Jeez. And then we bring in Skarm, and then I think they go for self-destruct. Oh no, they save their self-destruct for later. As, I mean, what can we do? All we can do is just go out into Regice on the Thunderbolt. As I think they go Lax on our Ice Beam, and then they plan to use self-destruct on us. Yeah, they Baton Pass, and then Metagross. Yeah, so they're going to boom with this. I'm not sure why they didn't honestly just try to Meteor Mash us. Or just go for the Steel type move. Okay, they did try to Meteor Mash us. I'm just getting things mixed up in my head. Alright, there's the HP Fire to take out Skarm. Bring in Suicune, as they are just going to go for the Psychic on us, as we try to Calm Mind. And here, they're like, oh, I've had enough of this. I think this is where they boom. Yep. Good night, Suicune. As now they go Lax, and they can easily, they have the numbers advantage, so they can just keep on self-destructing here. Almost kills, but it's not enough. Good night, Regice. And I mean, they had that Charizard just chilling in the back, so what else could we do? Yeah, so they had a very powerful, all those Focus Punches, man, just beat us down. Alright, there's the Dragon Claw to end it. Alright, what happened in Little Cup? So, lead me in Fu as we go Volibye. I mean, no. They lead me in Fu and go Volibye as we Flare Blitz them. But it doesn't do enough, and they just get back to full with a bunch of speed. Because now they can just go for Brave Bird, but Staryu's able to live it. We are able to also live a knockoff and just go for the flip turn. But that only increases their speed further as we go Diglett. We're able to live with our Sash. And I think we can take him out with a Rock Slide. Okay, cool. Volibee, such a threat, man. They go Trapinch and they're able to First Impression. As we go Krabby, they switch out into Fungus on the Liquidation. And I think here we go, yeah, Staryu, since just sack it off at this point. Alright, we go Abra, as they don't have a whole lot of switches to Psychic. Doesn't quite 2 KO because Porygon's super bulky, but we bring in the Farfetch'd as that does 1,000,000%. Close combat is able to take it out, however. But that Trapinch is just lurking in the back. The high jump kick's able to take us out, we sack it off. In comes Abra, as they go for another high jump kick. The crit brings us down to our sash, but we are able to take out the threat Mienfoo. Go Trapinch as their first impression. But unfortunately, yeah, I think I would have gone Larvesta there because they go Fungus. But okay, U-turn, nice. Wait, I think, yeah, that was, but I mean, it was a 50-50. I thought they'd switch out. We get a Wake, first turn Wake, as they go for another Sludge Bomb to take us out, though. And I mean, they have a Tyra on the back, so we can't beat it down. Yeah, maybe if we had Flare Blitz the Fungus, it was a 50-50 there. We could have done it with Krabby against these two. But with that, I mean, that's going to be game. And I think that's 4 wins for, who did we play? I already forgot. 4 wins for Snom Nom Nom. But let's watch the VGC game. Alright, so game 1, we lead. No, I've got the wrong side again. So game 1, they lead Clef and Dialga, as we lead Lando and Incineroar. So we get the double Intimidate, not that it even matters. But I think we Dynamax turn 1. Yep, and we go for the Max Knuckle to be able to get our attack boost. So +1 attack right off the bat. They go for the Helping Hand as we get now +1 speed. Get a Citrus Berry. Go for the Overheat, but even with Helping Hand, that is not going to do enough, my friend, as we Flare Blitz to do a good chunk. They go for the Protect as we go for the Max Quake, which still hits through it. So now we're +1 special defense. Eat that up. Go for the Flare Blitz, almost take it out. And with all these boosts, I mean, how can we not win this game? Go for the Rock Slide, which misses on Rotom, unfortunately, but does a good chunk. So Flare Blitz this into Oblivion. And now they go out in Clefairy to try to salvage the game, but we can just fly, eat up another hit. As now we can just keep spamming Flare Blitz on them. Fly on that, actually. I thought they were going to go for it on that. They nasty claw. The Rotom is just chilling there. Almost take out Dialga. As go for the Rock Slide because we are faster than everything. And then finally, +1 speed, outspeed it. Alright, so that's game 1, right? Oh wait, no, they still have a Clef. Can't forget the Clef. And Rock Slide almost takes it out, but then the Flare Blitz is going to do it. So, GG's, play. Okay, here we go. This is game 2. Alright, so this time we lead Colossal and Cramorant. The boy Cramorant, actually the girl Cramorant. Go for the Quake. Let's go for Liquidation on that. Get a nice defense drop. There goes Suicune. Jeez, so now they've decided to Dynamax first to get the boost. But we can just fly real quick. Get a nice Surf, so we have a nice Arrokuda just chilling. They go for the Max Rockfall. Bring us down to our sash, and with the sand, they're going to take us out. But we are going to fire off a Fish at them. And the Liquidation to get them nice and low. And then keep in mind, that's -1 to a Dynamax Lando. That does a good chunk. Go Colossal and Zacian. Go for the Protect as they decide to Earthquake. Does a huge amount to Zacian, but we're able to take out the threat in Landorus as they now go for a Tailwind. So they bring in their Wincon Dialga. We Dynamax on Colossal as they go for the Bulldoze. So that does That's like -1 Suicune. So they're trying to get the weakness policy on the Dialga. But that doesn't even matter because Zacian is still faster since this thing is -1 speed from the Bulldoze itself. Even through Tailwind, we are still... Oh wait, but that's crazy though. Hang on. So you're telling me that... I wonder if this thing is... No, it can't be Scarf. So -1 speed. This is still faster than that. 156, 220. I'm not sure, but we still managed to outspeed them. As go for the Behemoth Blade, and that's gonna be game. Jeez. All right. So we ended up going 4-3 versus Snom Nom Nom. Very close. But at the end of the day, it was a loss. But like I said, those Gen 5 and 4 games were hype, and a lot of the other games were hype too. They just were super close. So just be sure to check back next week. As we go off against the Asians. Sorry, I'm tired. Like I said, I'm having to re-record this in the morning. But yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.